presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game. Big Ten champions. Big Ten champs.
National champions, yes.
Oklahoma City bound the Oregon Ducks.
Awesome day to be a Duck, man.
Boom inside. Touchdown Oregon. He gets loose. Fires. Hit. Pops the three. Oh, yeah. It's all Oregon.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider.
It's about how to be a group of people that know how to love each other to the absolute fullest.
Pleasure, joy to be with them each and every day. And I can't wait for the future.
It's just fun to be a part of a community that cares, that is passionate, and when we come together, powerful things can happen.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve here in the Country Financial Studio. It's a Wednesday. You're listening to Duck Insider, brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Ryan Milano here with you, breaking down what is going to be a packed weekend ahead in Oregon athletics. This Thanksgiving week, always so great with so many different special basketball events going on, and then also rivalry week on the college football front. Thanksgiving week is one of the best sports weeks of the year, so let's get you caught up on everything that you need to know going into this holiday-long weekend. First, last night didn't go the way that Oregon men's basketball was looking for. A 97-80 loss against San Diego State means that the Ducks will then play again on Thanksgiving morning at 11 a.m. against Creighton in their final matchup of the Players Era Invitational. Also, last night, Oregon women's basketball, they were in action against St. Mary's. It was a battle. It was tied going into the fourth quarter, a strong fourth quarter for Oregon in order to get a 71-53 victory on the women's basketball court. Oregon women's basketball will also play Thanksgiving morning, a little bit earlier than the men, a 9 a.m. tip-off against Old Dominion. So how things are going to work, the schedule for the weekend across all of Oregon athletics, starting from now until when I'll talk to you again next Monday. Going on right now, first serve, I think it just happened. Oregon women's volleyball against Rutgers. We'll keep you updated throughout the entirety of the show on how the Ducks are doing on the volleyball court. Then the two early morning basketball games. First the women at 9 a.m., then the men at 11 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. Then we flash forward to Friday where Oregon women's volleyball is on the road again at Maryland. A 10 a.m. first serve on Black Friday for Oregon women's volleyball. Then it's Oregon football and game day on Saturday up in Seattle against Washington. A 12:30 kickoff televised on CBS, 10:30 pregame show on the Oregon Sports Network. And then on Sunday, the Oregon women's basketball team closes up the long weekend with a 12 p.m. game, a noon game against Auburn on the road at Auburn, part of a home-and-home series that the Ducks have done with Auburn as the Tigers came here last season. So volleyball, then men's and women's basketball early morning tomorrow, then volleyball on Friday, football on Saturday, women's basketball on Sunday. A packed week ahead of Oregon athletics and a big rivalry week coming up for Oregon football. We made picks. It's a different week this week. No shows Thursday and Friday for Duck Insider. So Joey, Jerry, and myself playing Georgie made picks this week. We'll get to picks coming up. A quick timeout. Returning on Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
We know you turn to the Duck Store for all your game day needs, and for students at the University of Oregon, it's even more. Class supplies, jobs, a seat on our board, a place to take a quick coffee break. Because we're your student-first, non-profit college store, every purchase you make directly supports the very community we serve. From working in our counters to studying in the classroom, from directing our stores to cheering in the stands, the people we serve, the students, are the very people who are the Duck Store.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Ryan Milano here with you on a Wednesday. Just before the show, Jerry Allen was here. Joey Mack joined us from the road in Las Vegas, and we're talking about the rivalry matchup ahead this weekend for Oregon football. Big matchup for the Ducks. Let's get to our preview conversation. A little bit of a different edition of picks here. We're talking on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving Thursday, before a game on Saturday between Oregon and Washington. Jordy not here with us, but we do have Jerry, we do have Joey Mack, and we are talking about a rivalry game up in Seattle because this one, throw out all the first 11 games, this one really, Jerry, it's the one that matters to Duck fans out there. It's the one that matters to us in here. This is a huge matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big matchup for a lot of different reasons, but I'll be honest with you. I never said this throughout the entire season. I don't think any of us did. But when this season started, I circled that game. I circled Washington because I knew the potential for what it could mean if Oregon would take care of business during the year, if Washington was as good as they could be. This is the game that would determine where Oregon and Washington might end up. Huge game, playoff implications. It's not a win and done or win and can advance in it. It's just where you may end up in the top 4. You could end up 5. You could end up 6 in the college football playoffs. You might be 11. I mean, this is a wide open, crazy, worries me. My stomach is in knots. I haven't eaten since Monday, so Thursday I'm going to really fill up.
Yeah, you got room for Thursday Thanksgiving. Joey, this is a big matchup, and it's a hostile environment up there in Seattle as well. It's always throw out the records, but these are two good teams going up to play in Seattle.
Well, first of all, I feel very odd to just be sitting here looking over Jerry's shoulder. I don't really know how I feel about this. I'm used to being like a couple, steps above him when I'm like in the binoculars looking at a football field. Right. But I'm just occurred to me that I wanted to just go like this. I should be on this side, like on Jerry's shoulder the whole time, just to give you a tap. But no, I'm glad that you said that, Jerry. Like as broadcasters, we can look at these things, and I left last year's game being like, boy, I think Jed Fish has Washington on the right track. You guys know what I mean by that? Like at the end of last season, it was like, okay, I think they're on the right track. And I think we've all demonstrated, or they've demonstrated, we've all seen now that they are on the right track. I think Damon Williams can be a problem. I think that they're a potent offense. And I agree. I mean, it's an 8-win Washington team and a 10-win Oregon team. And I thought about it this way. If that was reversed and Oregon had the chance to kind of play spoiler, like what would that feel like heading into Autzen Stadium? And I think we know it would feel awesome. Like it would be like, let's go, like get the win at the end of the year. So no, I think this is a game that means a lot because it's a rivalry. Certainly we all know that, but it also means a lot just in the perspective of Oregon. And Jed Fish even got asked this week, guys, he got asked, like, hey, does it mean more because you could potentially derail Oregon's CFP hopes? And he just goes, well, it does a lot for me to beat Oregon. Just knocking them out of any national title hunt, that's just a bonus. And I thought, well, that's a great summation of what a game like this means. right? So no, I'm looking forward to it. 12:30. I mean, everybody's going to be a little bit in need of a release after a couple Friday games this week in the Big Ten Conference, and Jerry will have a lot of food to get rid of come Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, I think the real question is, are you the angel or the devil over Jerry's shoulder today?
Woo.
Well, I'm over his right shoulder, right? So that would be the angel. Isn't that correct, Jerry?
That's right. There you go. I don't know if I'd call you that, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I think that I should move Jerry to the other side today, and then it'll be more appropriate.
No, but Joey, I think you make a good point in terms of the culture building of Washington at this point. Last year, the first year under Jed Fish, it was almost a rebuilding season. Coach Lanning said on Monday that it takes some time to build a culture, and Jed Fish is starting to rebuild that culture at Washington. It didn't take long for him to rebuild this Washington team. They have a chance to be a 9-win team if they do ultimately get the win over Oregon this weekend. This is a talented football team, and Oregon's walking in to an environment that I think is similar to Autzen, not quite Autzen, but similar in terms of the hostile nature that you're walking in as a road team. This is a culture that Washington is building.
Yeah, and it's a rivalry game, and we've known that, we've said that, but this is a little bit like USC and Oregon. This is for recruiting rights, okay? Washington is recruiting against Oregon, is recruiting against USC. They're recruiting the West Coast. They want the nation to know who they are. So this is a game that Washington says, we need to beat Oregon. We need to be the one to attract those 4- and 5-star athletes. That's what this game means to them. It's beat Oregon. It's a rivalry game. But it means easier recruiting down the road. So there's a lot into this, but rivalry is the biggest thing that sticks out to me because this has been the rivalry. I know Oregon State is the in-state rival, but Washington, going back to, I'm going to say even the late 80s, early 90s, is the team that I think most Oregon fans disliked of everybody they played through the last 30, 40 years.
Well, yeah, I'm with you. Just to build on that, just look on Twitter for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and you're going to know. I see all the same stuff everybody else does, and I just go, oh, gosh, like this, people really get passionate about this one. And to Jerry's point about recruiting, Jed Fish actually mentioned that this week too, Jerry. He was like, hey, looking at Oregon's roster, I think Washington, although they enjoyed success under Kalen DeBoer, we can't fault that, or fault is the wrong word. We can't discredit that. But we all know, it's Washington trying to get back to Oregon's level consistently over the last 25 years.
Yeah, and part of that, too, is Joey, that is the reason there was so much dislike for Washington is because they were so good. And Oregon wouldn't say they respected that, but when you want to beat somebody that bad, it's because they're that good. And then Oregon kind of took over for about 10, 11, 12 games, and then Oregon was the team that was respected. Washington would never admit it, but when a team's beat you that much, you have to respect that, and that's why you want to beat them. So it's not that you dislike them because they're bad. Excuse me. It's you dislike them because they've been good, and you want to be that good. You want to beat them. It's a respect thing, I think.
Well, that's a good point.
And there is going to be a lot of emotion across the board on both sides because this is a game that evokes that level of emotion. And a big theme last week for Coach Lanning was execution over emotion. Settle the guys down. The emotion will be there. They don't need extra juice for this game. Let's execute on the football field. I think that's going to be another really big key again this week going up against Washington is take those emotions out of it. Yeah. We hate them and they hate us, and it doesn't matter, but execute on the football field. I think for me that's going to be one of my really big keys to this week's matchup is who leaves those emotions at the door.
Yeah, both teams have to face this, and that is don't let your opponent push your buttons, okay? Play in control. Play with some emotion like you have to play in a football game, but don't let a guy get in your face and get you to react to something he does or a little thing he does. You really have to be careful of a game. In a game like this, it's going to be penalties, fumbles. This is, I don't look at odds that much, but less than a touchdown separates these in the odds makers. That means a turnover or a costly penalty in the red zone could be the difference in a game.
Yeah, and to that point about the penalties, Oregon has mostly this year been pretty clean in that regard, but I think it's safe to say that's a focus heading into this game, just with recent memory, right? And I agree with you, Jerry, on ball security. I mean, Oregon has played in a couple of those types of games this season, and that's where I know Georgie would want us to say, run the ball! You have to run the ball. And the truth is that Oregon has done that, and it's been dictated by the weather, right? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. And I'm also here to tell you that statistically every year it does rain a lot more in Seattle than it does in Eugene, if any recruits are watching this show. But that's just the way that it is sometimes. You have to be able to run it. And the Ducks have done that. You know, I think it comes back to the trenches in this game, especially with the forecast being for 50 degrees and some liquid sunshine.
Well, I think you make a great point, and you took my Georgie impression, because I think running the ball is going to be a huge key in this matchup, not only for all the reasons that you mentioned, but a big way to silence an opposing crowd is win the physicality battle up front. If you can run for 5, 6, 7 yards on first down, get ahead of the chains, it takes an opposing crowd out of it if you can impose your will physically. I think the biggest key for me for Oregon offensively is how are you going to win the trenches and run the ball as effectively as you have all season. That, to me, is my biggest key for Oregon in terms of how the Ducks are going to be able to conquer Washington in this football game. Jerry, in terms of running the football offensively, how do you think that Oregon has to attack this Washington defense in order to be effective?
Well, I think they have to attack Washington's defense, pardon me, just the way they have been. Everything they've done rushing-wise has worked for them. There's only one game, really, when they didn't get it, and that's because they didn't win the battle of the trenches. And I think Indiana schemed up well, and Oregon didn't adjust to that, or for whatever reason, Ducks didn't play well. But every other game this year, Oregon's offensive line has won the trenches, and they've got backs to rotate. They've got fresh legs in the second half and certainly the fourth quarter of the ball game. So, and those backs are going to have to make some catches too. I just think you're right, Ryan. Trenches, running the ball, just do what they've been doing. I don't know that Washington does anything really different than anybody else has done. USC loaded the box a little bit. Ducks were ready for that and ran their offense with that in mind. But even though they did load the box, the offensive line was still able to open some holes, and those backs were able to get through. So Oregon doesn't have to change anything, I don't think, offensively. Washington's going to try to do some things, a little eye candy defensively, some blitzes and different things, but nothing Oregon hasn't seen will be ready for. I'm not worried about that part of the game.
I also think that defensively, you know, the Ducks demonstrated that they can do a nice job against a mobile quarterback in Jaden Maiava just recently, right? And Damon Williams can do that. He'll extend plays. I think, to me, it comes back to not just the trenches on the offensive side, but on the defensive side. If you can cage Damon Williams, and then if Oregon can maintain coverage downfield. I mean, I talked about this with USC, right? Like, Oregon, although the sack numbers might be a little down this year, the fact is that Oregon has been very effective at changing what a quarterback is trying to do. And I think that's a key with Damon Williams. I mean, he's demonstrated beat you by extending plays. You can't let that happen, especially at home, because to Ryan's point, you win the physicality battle, you take away the crowd. Well, suddenly he makes the guy miss and gets the crowd all fired up offensively. We're having a different conversation here, because then they're going to get fired up in Seattle, because you know their fan base is going to be rabid on Lake Washington.
Rabid, I think, is a great word for this rivalry matchup at 12:30 on CBS, coming up on Saturday, a 10:30 pregame show on the Oregon Sports Network. It's going to be a huge game coming up on Saturday. Picks coming up next. Washington, Oregon, going to be a great game. Just one of a few rivalries across the Big Ten. I'm playing Georgie when we come back on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, Jan from Toyota with a holiday message. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota-thon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hi, Jan from Toyota with a holiday message. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider, brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Ryan Lotto here with you about an hour or two ago. Jerry and Joey join me as I play Georgie, and we do our Big Ten picks. The last game of the regular season this week means more than all the other weeks. It actually means the exact same, but it's the last one, unless we pick the Big Ten championship game. Let's get to picks. Are we ready for picks?
I am.
Let's make some picks. Joey's been ready for picks since we made picks last week, because this is a tight race coming down the stretch. I will play Georgie this week, so every team's going to be running the football. The way the current standings shake out, Joey is in first place. He's got 99 correct picks to this point in the season. We've got Jerry in second with 97. Georgie is in third with 96. And the Coin just a shade below 50%. Coin with a 3-4 week. The rest of us went 6-1 on the week this week. And first game up, we have two Friday games. Both of these teams will be a little bit heavier coming off of a Thanksgiving, but an early 9 o'clock matchup between Iowa and Nebraska on CBS. 9 a.m., both teams at 7-4. This game is in Lincoln, Nebraska. Both teams looking for an 8-win season. This is a big rivalry matchup in the Midwest. Joey, we start with you.
Iowa gets a win on the road, guys. I think that Iowa is just a more well-rounded team than Nebraska. But you mentioned the two 7-4 teams. I feel very out of place right now, having Ryan read the stats that I usually read, because I can kind of steer the direction that I'm going to go. But I know Iowa lost to Oregon, lost on the road at USC, played a tighter game against Michigan State than they would have liked to. I still think that Iowa's a better football team than Nebraska, and Nebraska's dealing with injury. And to me, that's the biggest key. They're dealing with it. I think that's the difference maker. Iowa wins a grinder on the road.
Okay, that would come to me.
I have to go.
Yeah. Okay, this is the week that Joey gets further ahead and pulls away from Georgie, because Georgie and I are going to battle for that last position in the ice bath, all right? I think Iowa probably is the better team, but it's in Nebraska, and I think it's either going to be wet snow or really cold rain. Big storm in the Midwest going through there on Saturday. Nebraska's banged up and hurting, but that weather can be an equalizer. So, with that said, I'm still going to go with Iowa.
I think the hotel notepad is being utilized properly by Joey.
Georgie, I'm really curious about Georgie.
Georgie, would agree with Joey in the sense that both of these teams are 7-4, but I think they've gotten to 7-4 in different ways. Iowa's 7-4, I feel like, is more impressive than the way that Nebraska's been able to get their wins in Big Ten play. The wins for Nebraska, Michigan State, Maryland, Northwestern, UCLA, those are all teams that are scrapping to make a bowl game, and they have losses against Minnesota. They lost big last week against Penn State. I just ultimately think a banged-up Nebraska team, it's going to be an Iowa victory, and it's going to be a clean sweep of the Hawkeyes, depending on the coin.
Yeah, watch Nebraska win this game now. Would not shock me at all. Tails, the visitor, Iowa. That's a good pick.
Iowa all the way around.
Good pick, Coin.
That brings us to our second game on Friday. Indiana going on the road to play Purdue. It's an 11-0 Indiana team, a trip to clinch the Big Ten championship game as they travel to West Lafayette against the Boilermakers. Could the Spoilermakers be in play?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
No. Indiana had its scare, I think. You know, and every good team, ask Oregon. Like, we all remember the Cal game. God, I feel like we talk about the Cal game, not just for the weather, but like, Jerry, you remember.
Oh, I do.
That Cal game was nerve-wracking when Oregon made a run to a national championship game. And I just think that they've had their scare. Yeah, I like Indiana.
Okay. I mean, hey, Purdue is not very good. Indiana is very good. It's a very easy pick. Who should I pick? That's easy. Coward. Come on. Indiana, 28.5-point pick? Okay, Purdue.
Make a pick, Jerry.
Purdue might, I got to keep Georgie at bay, and he is not going to pick Purdue. Indiana.
Yeah, I think this one there's a lot of tight games on the slate. I don't think this one is one of them. Indiana is going to get the win. I think Indiana is going to complete a perfect regular season and punch a ticket to the Big Ten championship game. They've got probably the Heisman winner at quarterback, Indiana.
That was Georgie's pick.
That was Georgie's pick.
Georgie's pick.
Yes, I remember
We should clarify. Georgie has given Ryan his picks.
Yes. So Ryan is.
Otherwise, Ryan would have picked Purdue because he would have been sabotaging Georgie for us.
I want to see Jerry in a Speedo, okay?
Oh, no.
No.
Woo!
No.
No.
I am fighting for the Jorgensens.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm
That's two Friday games. Two Friday games.
I will be scratching and clawing my way for Georgie to get out of this ice bath. What's the coin say?
Coin is coin. I know what the coin's going to do.
Tails.
Indiana,
2 clean sweeps.
Yeah. I knew the coin was going to do it. Coin's not stupid.
Coin's at a 47% pick rate. Coin could have a rough day.
Yeah. But it just made 2 good picks, though.
The Coin's had help, too. The Coin has had, I think, 3 different celebrity guest pickers over the course of this season. Not a great season for the Coin. Is a great season for the rest of us, and Georgie is continuing to claw his way back and is going to continue with the game. A 9 a.m. game on Saturday. Number 1 Ohio State, number 15 Michigan. Buckeyes at 11-0, Michigan at 9-2. But this is the game that Ohio State hasn't won in 4 years. Does that trend continue, Joey?
No, I think Ohio State wins. I mean, look, so much has been made of Ryan Day and losing to Michigan, but I think the fact is that Ohio State is on a mission right now, and ever since the Rose Bowl against Oregon, I feel like has really been on a mission. And what set them on that mission was losing to Michigan last year. I think this is a game that they avenge that loss. I think Ohio State is the best team in the country right now, and I've got the Buckeyes.
Okay, I don't have my computer in front of me. You want to bring up Ohio State's schedule and tell me who they have played that makes everybody?
I can tell you that.
Everybody, you got it?
They have won at Illinois. I know that one doesn't mean as much now. They started the season beating Texas. And then to your point, they beat Grambling, Ohio. They won at Washington, against Minnesota, at Wisconsin, Penn State, Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers. But here's what I agree with you, Jerry. But all of those margins of victory, apart from the first game of the season against Texas, I mean, they're beating teams by multiple scores. That's one thing, though, that when we get to a playoff, or maybe it's in this game against Michigan, if they're in a close one, they haven't been in very many close ones since the first game of the season. So I hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
No, but you do make a great point. Michigan will be the second bowl-eligible team that Ohio State has played since they played Illinois in the third week of the conference season.
Yeah, and everyone talks about Oregon's schedule, right? Everyone's talking about Oregon's schedule, strength of record. I mean, I just look, to me, the eye test is that the 3 Big Ten teams that are in the top of the rankings are all really, really good.
I know that for a lot of the season, everybody said that Ohio State has the best offensive player and the best defensive player. I think that's changed. I like Kenyon Sadiq as the best offensive player in the nation right now, okay? But I know we're talking Ohio State. I just think that Ohio State's banged up a little bit. We don't know how healthy they are. I'm sure they're going to get their receivers back. Will they be 100%? I don't know. But I'm going to give Georgie a chance to pick one up on me because I think Michigan at home, pushes Ohio State. I think Michigan is Ryan Day's head. I'm Michigan.
Wow.
Michigan.
The game is going to be the game that decides the ice bath because Georgie is going with Ohio State. This is a game in which the Buckeyes, I think you're right, Joey, the Buckeyes have been on a mission. And unfortunately for Oregon, we saw that in the Rose Bowl last season. And the Buckeyes have not lost since. And quite frankly, most of the games haven't been close for Ohio State since. Yeah. Sure, the schedule's been a little bit easier for the Buckeyes, but Ohio State has found ways to continue to win convincingly and earn the number 1 spot in the country. Georgie picks Ohio State and an opportunity to get even with Jerry.
Just let me say this, though. Michigan had won 2 in a row, had won at Ohio State. Ohio State had every reason to be on a mission last year, and they still didn't get it done. So I'm not buying this they're on a mission now.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jerry. That felt different last year, and they've shifted. The way they're beating teams is different.
We'll see. Come on, Coin, help me out here, okay? Oh, I lost the coin on the lights.
I'm so glad that he's over in the guest chair, so I don't have to protect my computer today.
Okay. Poop. Ohio State.
Ooh, Jerry on an island.
It's tails.
Good pick, Coin.
12:30
Down goes the coin. Down goes the coin.
12:30 games in the middle slate. Fox Sports 1, 4-7 Wisconsin travels on the road to Minnesota to play 6-5 Golden Gophers. This is a game that means a lot for 2 teams that aren't necessarily playing for a lot this week, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin, with the win against Illinois, just that grind it out. You know the Badgers can do that. None of us picked that. That was the one we all missed last week. I don't know. I think going on the road, it's a different thing. Wisconsin has not played as well on the road. The teams like Washington and Illinois that they've gotten in those physical fights have been at home. Meanwhile, Minnesota has been a completely different team at home versus on the road, particularly defensively. They're coming off 2 road games. I think this is a really close game, but I'm going to give the edge to the home team in Minnesota.
Wow, what is Georgie going to do here? Because this is an opportunity with a 1.5-point difference in the win-lose between these 2 teams. It's not going to be a blizzard, but it's going to be snow. It's going to be a snow game. And so that means you got to run the ball. Minnesota can't run the ball that well. They just are not very good at running the ball. Boy, this is a hard pick. I may go down in flames, but I'm going to go Wisconsin.
This is a huge development because this is now an opportunity for Georgie to get back ahead of Jerry.
I'm giving him a chance.
This is a Minnesota team that clinched bowl eligibility 3 weeks ago, then came into Autzen Stadium, lost to Oregon, went to Wrigley Field, lost on a last-second field goal to Northwestern. It's a Wisconsin team that has found ways to win, and they've won and played spoiler to a few really good teams down this late stretch of the season after they renewed their commitment to Luke Fickell. It's a Wisconsin team that's playing well at the right time, but it's a Minnesota team that's been better all season. Georgie goes with Minnesota.
I figured he would.
I figured he would too.
Yeah, I'm gambling just to make this exciting. I don't want to make the same picks that we've all made the last 5 weeks. So I'm showing some guts. Okay,
that's true. Right? We have made the exact same picks
come on.
for 5 straight
Okay,
weeks.
Coin. Let's see what we got here. The home team,
Minnesota.
Dang,
they've been a different team at home.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I remember saying that last week. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to finally have some different picks. Jerry going out on a limb on 2 different games in the early 2 windows. Will there be more dissension? Who knows? You got to stick around to find out. Picks still coming when we return. Duck Inside on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by one of your local branches today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
When life blindsides you with an injury, you need a team that's tough. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people. This season, we're proud to partner with Oregon Athletics. Because whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, we're both determined to do what it takes to win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Injured? Dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, 10150 Southwest 6th Avenue, Portland. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
More Duck Insider coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider, and it's a decisive picks week, the final week of the year. Someone's winning, probably Joey, he's up by a lot. Someone's going in the ice bath, maybe 2 people, who knows? More picks coming. Jerry, myself playing Jorgie, and Joey on the road making Big Ten picks. The other 12:30 game on the Big Ten Network, a fight for bowl eligibility. 5-6 Penn State goes on the road to Piscataway to play 5-6 Rutgers, and an opportunity for Penn State to salvage a bowl after what was a poor start to the season. A chance for Rutgers and Ethan Kaliak-Manis to earn a bowl game after what has been a battle throughout the middle of Big Ten play. Joey, this is a fight for bowl eligibility in a game that couldn't necessarily mean more for either team at this point.
Yeah, Rutgers got off the snide after a 4-game losing streak that Oregon punctuated with a 3-point win at Purdue. The one where you pause, I think, on Rutgers is they did beat Maryland 35-20, another team that's been on some losing streaks. To me, Penn State is just the more talented team, particularly defensively. I mean, the last 2 weeks they've given up 10 points in each game. I think the defense is what goes on the road and wins. Penn State gets bowl eligible.
To me, my turn again? Okay, here we go. I like Rutgers at home. When they play at home, they just get a little advantage. But I don't like them that much at home. Penn State. Penn State.
If you're not watching live on YouTube, Facebook here in the 1 o'clock hour, you should be. You should be. Joey has taken his role over Jerry's shoulder as seriously as could be. He's got cue cards over Jerry's shoulder after every pick. I think that Penn State, with their interim head coach, Terry Smith, they've been playing good football. They found a new identity. I think a little bit of a change of culture, while was rocky initially for Penn State, has ultimately showed up at the end of the season, and the team has galvanized themselves for their interim head coach. This is a talented Penn State squad. It's a Rutgers team that hasn't gotten the huge wins like Joey mentions against some of the upper echelon teams in the Big Ten. I think that it's going to be a Penn State victory, and we're going with a clean sweep.
You've done way too much research. Holy cow. I mean, if this is a 1.5-point spread between these two, let me hear some research. Penn State is the better team. They're going to win this easily. You went way deep into that. Wow.
You should have seen Jerry on the side. He's talking too much.
Okay, let's see what the coin does. Coin. Whoa. The visitor, Penn State. See, the coin doesn't waste any time.
Coin doesn't waste time.
Coin just like.
Set it and forget it for the coin.
I still feel like a coward. I should have.
4 o'clock game on Fox Sports 1. Maryland going on the road to play 3-8 Michigan State. It's a game in which the Spartans are favored. Michigan State's been playing some solid ball down the stretch this season. Maryland has started losing some games late down the stretch. Joey, what do you think?
I mean, oh gosh, this is so. I mean, you say they've been playing better down the stretch. They haven't won a game since they played Youngstown State. That was the third game of the season. I want to see what everyone else says about this, because this is two really bad football teams. I defer.
Oh, my gosh. You're deferring Maryland, Michigan State?
I don't think the other two are tough picks.
No, they aren't really, so I get it. Oh, my gosh. Well,
it was either this or Minnesota I was going to defer, and I decided that I want to see who's going to talk about teams that have lost 7 straight and 8 straight. What do you want to say about a combined 15 losses and two teams that their season ends no matter what on Saturday?
Wow. I mean, the odds makers say this is 3.5-point Michigan State. That means their home field is the difference. This is two bad teams playing against each other to see who can play the worst on this day. Wow. I'm going to defer to Georgie.
You can't do that.
Well, okay, well, he's not here to defend himself. I thought you might let me.
No.
No, not okay.
I am Team Jorgensen.
I'm going to go with the home team.
Jorgensen.
Yeah, it's your team, Jordan. I'm going to go with the home team. This could be a snowy game, too. It's at Michigan State. It's going to be a miserably cold, wet, snowy game. So fumbles, drop balls, holy cow. Michigan State. I'm going Michigan State.
Michigan State is a team that had been losing by 25 points throughout the midst of their season. Last 3 weeks, lost by 3. We're in a tight game against Penn State until late, and then lost by 3 against Iowa. Michigan State has been playing some slightly better ball than Maryland, two teams that haven't found ways to win. I think Michigan State finds a way to win.
Okay, Michigan State. Coin, don't blow it. The visitor.
Tails.
Maryland. Sorry, Coin.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the home team. Who cares?
Yeah.
I guess Beaver fans care about this a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you don't care because you got a big enough lead based on picks that I'm making and Jordy's making that you're going to be even further ahead. So you don't.
Well, I actually thought about. I mean, because you're the opposite of me on 2 games, so you could catch me here, and I could make it more difficult. Right? I mean, if Michigan wins and Wisconsin wins, then you and I are even. So
wow,
I thought I could take.
I feel better already.
But also, if those two teams lose, then you're in the ice bath.
No, this is not the final
game.
This is not the final game. We still have the Big Ten championship game, and then if I'm still in the ice bath, we have the first playoff game, and then if I'm still in the ice bath, we have the next playoff. Right? Okay, you see where it's going. This is going all the way to the championship game, and then we may go to baseball spring training.
I'm going Michigan State. I still think who cares? Move on.
I love it.
We have 2 more games to pick this week to see if Jerry can claw his way out of the ice bath, even though he's 1 pick ahead of Georgie this week. UCLA at 3-8, going on the road. Number 17 USC at 8-3. A battle for Los Angeles, Joey.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
I think USC is just so much better. Even after the debacle of their performance against Oregon, I think Oregon's really good, obviously. So I'm taking USC.
Yeah, easily USC. USC, much better football team. UCLA is still probably, 10, 12 years away.
Great middle of the season for UCLA. Some of that magic has faded. USC, a strong football team, still playing for a lot down the stretch of this season. USC is going to win the game.
This is all anticlimactic now. Oh, except for the coin, who picks UCLA?
Coin's trying to make some moves this week.
Yeah.
Final game on the slate, Northwestern at 6-5, going on the road to play 7-4 Illinois. 2 teams in the middle of the Big Ten. An interesting ball game, a more competitive ball game now at the end of the season than I think you probably would have thought at the beginning of the season. Joey, what are you picking in this Midwest matchup?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, last week I said, hey, it's the battle for Northwestern to get bowl eligible, and the Wildcats did it. I mean, they won by 3, and I think that's a huge win. And now it does feel like it's an Illinois team that could be susceptible. I still think it's different when you go to Wisconsin, regardless of what Wisconsin is as a team. Oregon experienced that last year. That's why I think Illinois does right the ship. They'll get their 8th win against Northwestern. Northwestern's a different team at home. We've talked a lot about that. Them and Minnesota have been the dominant home teams, I think. Just in the stark contrast, I'll go with the home team in Illinois.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you. To start the season, we thought Illinois was pretty good. There was a reason we thought they were pretty good because they got talent, they got dudes. They got up to a bad start, and then they weren't maybe quite as good as we thought, but they're still a good football team. Northwestern doesn't play as well away from home. They just don't. And this is going to be another weather game. And the home team in the snow at home will probably have their fans into it, throwing snowballs and having a great time. Yeah, Illinois.
Could have gotten up on me. Could have caught me.
I'm
you
having
could still
too much.
Pass me.
I'm having too much
could
fun.
Catch me.
With Joey.
You could catch me.
Come on, Georgie.
I think that Joey being on Zoom has brought a real new element into this equation that has been a lot of fun. I agree with Jerry in a lot of the points. Georgie would never say this, but I agree with Jerry in a lot of the points that he made about why a home team has the advantage in a weather game and why Illinois
Georgie would never say this.
And why Illinois in this game specifically has the advantage. I'm going with the Illini.
Oh, he would never say that.
Georgie
yeah,
would
you're
never
right.
say that.
He really never would.
Oh, got to reflip. Yeah,
Maybe try your finger.
Yeah, who's the visitor?
Northwestern.
Yeah, Northwestern. Coin, tails, Northwestern.
Coin's been out on an island a few times in these picks. Those are the Big Ten picks. The way that things went down, Jerry
got a chance this week.
Went with Iowa, Indiana, Maryland, Penn State, USC, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan State. The difference
you went with Michigan, not Maryland. Michigan.
Yes, Michigan. Pardon me, Michigan. The differences this week: Jerry picks Michigan. Jerry also goes with Wisconsin over Minnesota. Everything else is the same. The Coin's on the island in a few games. The Coin's getting the ice bath, whichever one of the three of us finishes last.
Minnesota's going to win that game too. Minnesota's going to win that game. Should have gone with my guts. Do I sound like Georgie?
Yes. Yeah.
It's the chair.
But
it's the chair.
But there's
Pick who you think's
going
to win, Jerry.
So now here's the scenario. Minnesota wins. And Michigan wins. Jerry and Georgie are tied.
How big of an ice bath do we have?
Oh, I got a big ice bath. Don't you worry. I got a swimming pool.
We need to determine, is this the last game in our picks?
No. It depends. If Oregon's in the Big Ten championship game, then yes.
But otherwise, this is it? So we can't pick the Big Ten championship game.
If Oregon is in it, we won't pick it. But if it's Ohio State, Indiana, and there's a couple other random scenarios, then we would pick it.
If it goes the way that Jerry picked this week, then this would be the last picks. but also
Correct.
it would mean that you would secure being ahead of Jorgie. So there's no way that Jerry loses outright this week.
Whew. I'm really confused.
A lot of scenarios.
No, he could get past. Jorgie could pass him.
Jorgie could pass, but if Jorgie passes him, it means that there's going to be a Big Ten championship game that we are going to pick.
Yes, that's correct.
Picks are so fun here on a Wednesday. Thanks you guys for joining us pre-Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And I hope to see everybody 10 to 15 pounds heavier next time I see you.
Gobble, gobble, quack, quack.
What a great pick segment. I'm so excited. I can't wait for all these rivalry games over the course of the weekend, and I can't wait to see Jerry get in the ice bath. It's coming up. It's coming up. We've got a whole lot more coming. Maybe we'll hear from Coach Lanning for a little bit. That's what's next on Duck Insider, the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
Hey Duck fans, at Country Financial, they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, auto, or more, their representatives will take the time to understand your specific needs and explain what options work best for you. Worry less and feel more confident knowing you're covered. Visit countryfinancial.com to get started today. Experience more with Country Financial.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember, back to the land of my first love. Would you spread wide your arms for this wayward son? I left my heart.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider, brought to you by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Ryan Milano here with you on a Wednesday. Bit of a weird week. We haven't gotten to Coach Lanning from Monday because of no show yesterday. Won't get to all of Coach Lanning. It'll be all live on the Go Ducks YouTube channel. But a quick initial thoughts from Coach Lanning and his thoughts on the matchup upcoming for Oregon against Washington. Let's hear from the coach.
On to a fun one. Season's gone really quick here, obviously, and excited for this next challenge here with Washington. But again, want to take the opportunity to thank our fans for being unbelievable this past weekend. Got some work in with our guys this morning, and certainly excited to continue to attack this week.
After watching film, I'm curious what you saw from Fox Crater and Charlie Pickard in their play after the injuries.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job stepping up. Certainly some opportunities that they can clean up, but the guys played with good effort. They were execution sound, like as far as technique. We had a couple snap infractions with Charlie we'd have to get cleaned up, but those guys came in and performed.
Yeah, you talked about this USC receiver group as one of the best you had seen at Oregon. Just curious, what you saw from your secondary against them and how this Washington group looks.
At the beginning of that question, I didn't hear.
You had talked about this USC receiver group as one of the best you had seen. Just what you saw from your secondary on tape, and then what you think of this Washington group.
Yeah, Washington has certainly some capable wideouts. We got to do a better job at the 50-50 balls. There were some moments where they competed and they were contested at times, but they went up and won it. They got the ball at the top, and those are tough against guys like that. Ultimately we wanted to limit Mekhi Lemon. I thought we were able to do that in a lot of ways. I know he scored, but he didn't have a ton of yards in receiving. But the other wideouts stepped up and made some big plays. Some of those I think we can make better plays on. Some of them I think they were great throws and catches, and those are going to happen in those moments. But probably more than any of that is cleaning up just the pass interference where we had opportunities to get off the field and we didn't.
Talk a lot about depth and how it helps on Saturdays, but how much does that help contribute to kind of, I guess, the ownership or the culture of this team where there are so many guys contributing, and on a game like Saturday with Charlie and Fox, like they feel like they're invested in something?
Yeah, I think it's that. I mean, it's certainly easier to feel like you're a part of something when you get to be a part of it on Saturdays and get to be out there on the field on Saturdays. And we've had a lot of guys that have been a part of it, right? And their role might be different for a lot of guys, but when you can use the numbers that we have, when you can use all the guys on our team that we have, and they can contribute in some way, you certainly are going to have a better feeling about your contribution to the team.
Dante's been one of the most accurate and efficient quarterbacks in the country on third down all season. And when you add in the context of 2-minute drives into the half or those clutch drives late in fourth quarters, cross-field throws in particular to Benson that have been pro-level throws, what has allowed the two of them to connect like that and Dante on third down as a whole, where it's not just check downs and high percentage throws, it's extremely difficult throws in big situations?
Yeah, preparation. A lot of preparation's been put in by Dante. Works really hard. It's being on the same page. So several of those plays that he makes are checks, based on coverages as well. So to piece all those pieces together, it's a lot of hard work on his part and work by the wideouts, knowing that they're going to be where he trusts them to be.
That's Coach Lanning. Some of his initial thoughts on this matchup coming up against Washington. His whole thoughts are on the Go Ducks YouTube channel with his conversation with the media on Monday. Going on right now, Oregon volleyball up against Rutgers. The Ducks took the first set, currently in set 2, 20-18. Rutgers leads. Oregon trying to claw back to take the first 2 sets on the road in Piscataway. Also, some honors coming down for the cross-country team. Big Ten Men's Athlete of the Year to Abdel Lagel. Big Ten Women's Athlete of the Year to Shalana Yildiz, and Big Ten Women's Freshman of the Year to Deanna Cheritich. A triple threat across the board, 3 of the 4 major awards for the athletes across the Big Ten, as Shalane Flanagan took home the Big Ten Coach of the Year earlier. So Oregon sweeping up the awards for the Big Ten cross-country honors now, as they will look forward to moving towards the indoor track and field slate coming up before we know it. Oregon men's and women's basketball will both be in action tomorrow. 9 a.m. tip-off, 8:30 pregame in the morning with Chris Clayton. Women's against Old Dominion, and then at 11 o'clock at 10:30 pregame, it'll be Oregon men's basketball against Creighton. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat so much turkey and show up loud in Seattle. It's going to be so much fun. Thanks for sticking with us. Go Ducks, everybody.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met, appreciate it. You want to say hello to Schweikert?
I'm Milano.
Schweikert had another game. Hold on. Just put him on. All right.
I don't care the age. Everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and